أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبشر الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أن لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار كلما رزقوا منها من ثمرة رزقا قالوا هذا الذي رزقنا من قبل وأتوا به متشابها وَلَهُمْ فِيهَا أَزْوَاجٌ مُطَهَّرَةٌ وَهُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ. So inshallah we will only be covering this verse of the Quran. It's a bit longer than the verses we've covered in the past, so I'm just going to stick to this verse. So the general translation is that, and give glad tidings to those who believe and do good works, that for them are gardens beneath which flow streams. Whenever they are given a portion of fruit therefrom, they will say, "This is what was given to us before," and gifts mutually resembling shall be brought to them, and they will have therein mates perfectly pure, and therein will they abide. So this is the general translation. So let's have a look at the split word translation. Many of these words are those who you will already be familiar with, but nevertheless we will go through them. Wa and Bashir. Bashir is give glad tidings. Okay. So Bashir, this is something called fail amr, right? So when you give like an instruction to someone, that is called fail amr in Arabic. Okay. So Bashir is give glad tidings. There's an instruction within that. Wabashir, and give glad tidings allazina, to those. Right? So we've studied in the past that the singular of allazina is, if somebody can type it in the chat box instead of me typing first. What is the singular of allazina? So allazina is the plural and allazi. Allazi is the singular and allazina is the plural. So Allah the Almighty says that wabashiril lazina, and give glad tidings to those. Who are they? Allazina amanu. They believed. Amanu, they believed. This is the past tense called fail mazi. Amanu, they believed. Wa and amelu. Amelu is they carried out. Right? Again, this is the plural, just like amanu. You can see the waw nun in the waw alif in the end is indicating plural. In the same way, waw alif is also indicating plural, but in the past tense. So, wabashiril lazina amanu, and give glad tidings to those who believed. Wa and amelu, and they carried out. Okay, they carried out as-salihat. As-salihat is the good works. Now, why did I mention the good works? Is because of the alif lam. Alif lam is always to specify something. So as-salihat would mean the good works, not just any ordinary works, but as-salihat, the good works. Now, Allah states, again, I've taught you one thing is to try to understand the way Allah Ta'ala sent these revelations to the Prophet ﷺ. It's almost as if he asks you something and then he answers that question for you, right? So it makes it really easy for us to understand. So Allah says, وَبَشِّرِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. Right? So first Allah says, وَبَشِّرْ, and give glad tidings. Who to? To those, number one, amanu, they believed. Right? And secondly, wa and amelu, they carried out. Right? What did they carry out? As-salihat, the good works. And what is this all for? So Allah says that this is give glad tidings to them, but there must be something for them at the same time. Allah the Almighty says, Anna, surely, lahum. Again, just to remind you all again, Anna lahum. La is for. Lahum, for them. What is for them? Jannat. And for them are gardens. And then you might just be thinking gardens are very, there's nothing spectacular about gardens, but why is Allah the Almighty mentioned gardens here? So you see, Allah then specifies which type of gardens there will be. Allah says, Anna, surely, lahum, for them, Jannat are gardens, tajri, flow, right? So it flows. Min, from, tahtiha, from beneath them, right? So again, this one should be taht. Taht is beneath. If somebody can try write in the chat box, what is if taht is beneath, right? This is beneath. What is over? Over or up? We've studied it many times in the previous weeks. Allah is over something. Allah over, taht is beneath. Now Allah says tahtiha, right? So anna lahum, surely lahum, for them are gardens. And the beauty of these gardens are that flows min from tahtiha, from beneath these gardens. So the ha is referring to the gardens. From beneath these gardens, beneath them, al-anhar, the streams. So the streams flow from beneath these gardens. Then Allah says, kullama. Kullama is whenever. We've studied this as well a few times. Kullama, whenever, ruziku, they're given. You might have heard of the word rizq, which is a provision. We say rizq halal, a halal form of provision. So ruziku is they are given. Again, the waw alif in the end indicates plural. Ruziku, they are given. Minha, from min, from ha, it. Minha, from it. Min, from ha, it. From it. Min, again Allah says, minha, from it. From, min, from samara, from fruit. Rizqan, a portion. Right, so ruziku, they are given, but then Allah says rizqan, which is singular and which will mean one portion. So you have to understand this this sentence can be a bit tricky to understand. So let me just highlight this again. Kullama, whenever, ruziku, they are given, minha, from it. From it, and then Allah says something specific. From it, He is given, they are given, min, from samara, from fruit, like a fruit. Rizqan, a portion of fruit. Qalu, they said, or they say, haza, this, allazi, what, ruzikna, we were given, min, from qabl, before. It's very interesting when you look at it from this context. Try to understand the subject matter at the same time, and then the translation will become somewhat easier as well. Wa utu bihi. Now I want you to break down this word. Wa and utu is shall be brought. Okay. Or shall be given. Bihi, he is, of course, you know already, he is from that, from it. Bihi is, so when you break it up, wa utu bi, bi is So be, we've studied in the past, means through something, right? Bihi, through it. Wa'utu bihi, and they will be given bihi, from that or through it, right? So you have to understand the concept. Let's look at the translation in general. Wa'utu bihi. So the translation here, wa'utu, and they will be, sorry, right? And this is the translation that they have made. Wa'utu, and shall be brought to them, right? Wa'utu, brought to them, bihi, through it. Wa'utu bihi, and shall be brought to them, bihi, from that or from it. Mutashabiha, resembling, similar. Wa lahum, and lahum, for them. Fiha, fi is in. Fi is in. Ha, it. Fiha, in it. Azwajun, mates, partners. Mutahharatun is perfectly pure, very pure. Wahum, and they. Fiha, in it. Khalidun, they will abide. Or you can say, you can also say those who abide. Again, if you take away the waw noon, that will be one individual who abides. But then when you add waw noon in the end, that becomes plural. So this verse of the Quran, let's have a look again at the general translation. Wabashir, and give glad tidings. Bashir, give glad tidings. Allazina, to those. Amanu, who believe. Wa amilu salihat, and do good works. Right. So amalu, you can translate that to they carry out or they do. As-salihat, good works. What is for them? Anna lahum, that for them or surely for them is what? Jannat, are gardens. Tajri, min tahtihal anhar. So tajri, you can see the flow comes here later because it's a sentence now. We're not doing split word now. So tajri min tahtihal anhar, beneath which flow streams, right? Tajri, anna lahum jannat, surely for them are gardens. Tajri, flow, min, from, tahtiha, beneath them, al anhar, streams. So are gardens beneath which flow streams. You can translate whichever is easier and more practical for you. Kullama, whenever. Ruziku, they are given. Minha, from it. Min samaratin, from fruit. Rizkan, portion. Right, that's a split word. So whenever they are given a portion of fruit therefrom. Right, so let's try again. Kullama ruziku minha min samaratin rizkan. So this is samaratin rizkan, is a portion of fruit. Right, so whenever they are given from it a portion of fruit, whenever they are given a portion of fruit therefrom, again the translation is the same, but it can take different angles. Whatever is easy for you, translate that way. Qalu, they will say, Haza, this, allazi, is what, ruzikna min kablu, what was given to us. This is what was given to us from before, or given us before. Haza, this, allazi, is what, ruzikna, we were given, min, from, kablu, from before. Wa utu bihi mutashabiha. Mutashabiha is resembling. Wa utu bihi is, here the translation is, and gifts mutually resembling shall be brought to them. Now, this part, gifts mutually, you don't need, this is not necessary, right? This is part of the translation here as a general explanation as well and meaning. But wa'utu bihi, you can say, and shall be brought to them. Wa'utu, and shall be brought to them, bihi, through it, mutashabiha, resembling, right? So of course Allah is referring to the fruits, that something similar to that will be given to them. Wa lahum fiha azwajum mutahharatun. Wa, and lahum, for them, fiha, in it, azwajun, mates, mutahharatun, perfectly pure. Wahum, and they, fiha, in it, khalidun, they will abide. Until next week, continue to read the Quran with a few verses if you can, with the translation, the split word and the general translation. So may Allah bless you, and may Allah bless your quest and your thirst to learn the Holy Quran. Inshallah, I will see you all again next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.